I want to preface some things, folks. Over the next few days, there are going to be a lot of people thinking that the world's falling apart. A lot of people whose emotions are going to be high. Frustrations are going to be high. Good morning, folks, and happy Tuesday. I can't lie to y'all, folks. I am sore. All the way from my toes to my hair, I am sore today. Sore, I say. But that is not going to stop me from getting better today than we were yesterday. Let's finish up letting this old pup take her poo-poo, and then let's run inside, grub down, and head on and get stronger today than we were yesterday. And finally, we're off the struggle bus, headed to go pump some flippin' iron. I wonder if parents feel the same way as animal parents every time they have to leave their kids and go to work. Because every day that I have to leave Cookie, she sits on the porch and she just watches me. I tell all the dogs bye, and they just sit there and look at me with like the saddest eyes. I gotta go do what I gotta do so that y'all can live a great life one day, give y'all pastures and meadows to run in, you know what I mean? So, I don't know. It just makes me real sad. I look at my pups, I look at my animals, look at my kitty, and I'm like, damn, I really don't want to leave y'all. I don't want to leave you. I'd rather just stay here all day and play with you. Alrighty, folks, lift complete. Dried off, changed out, and ready to go get better today than we were yesterday. Oh, I will say, my body felt absolutely shot when I got in there. I was like, today may be the day that I catch yet again another injury before the fight. But I indeed did not. I don't know where the heck I parked. My beeper said it was over here, but it did not beep over here. Dang it, hold on one second, folks. My bad, folks. See, this is why I waited until I got outside to film, because when I had first gotten done, it was like one of the first days I was back from being injured and being able to fully push ourselves. Last week, we kind of walked through the motions when we first got back to being able to do our daily routine of lifting. Of course, we never took a day off of a lifting. We were using machines and things like that, but last Thursday was the first day we were able to go back, not use the machines, and today we were able to go back to similar or same weight, same rep range, everything like that as we were before the injury. So, I don't know. See, that's exactly why I thought I may have caught another injury today, because I woke up feeling absolutely broken, and then I go push myself to 110%, if not more. So I was afraid today may be the day that I catch another injury during the lift, and I indeed did not. I did not. I feel so much better now that I got the lift done, got it out of the way, pushed myself harder today than I did the other day. Of course, there were reasons why we weren't pushing ourselves as hard as we wanted to or as hard as we could. Of course, you don't want to catch another injury on top of injury, because if you already have injuries in your body, you know what's going to happen is you're just going to get more injuries. So I worked through the injury, and now that we are feeling better, we were able to push ourselves at the pace we needed to. So I'm feeling great. I will say, my brain is a bit foggy, and this is going to be a very exciting practice. Let's just put it that way. But let's go get better today than we were yesterday. Hope this Atlanta traffic is on our side and no goofballs cut us off, because honestly, folks, we'd probably still react in time. We're just built different. Not to mention that I, of course, just feel like I've done what I needed to do today, and I feel like accomplished. It literally makes chemical changes to your brain when you are training to and past failure. If you are training the way that you need to, you should literally get a chemical change. It should be, I hate to use this word because, well, it has a negative connotation to it, but you literally get a high. You literally get a high. Like, that's why I had to wait a second, because I knew everything I was going to say after that lift was going to be completely incoherent. And it wasn't that, like, I would have been out of breath. It was just because there is literally a chemical change that goes on in your brain when you go and you push yourself to absolute failure, folks. When you push yourself to failure. So, with that being said, start pushing yourselves to failure. One, that's how you get gains. That's how you progress. Of course, push yourself to failure. Even if it's your first day, push yourself to flipping failure. To failure. Of course, don't scare yourself away from fitness, but to your failure. The first time you work out, your failure is going to be pretty small. And then as you progress, you're going to fail, be able to train to failure more and more and more and more. They say don't train to failure every day, but I don't know. I've never gotten rhabdo from it, and I train hours and hours and hours a day. No, I don't lift weights for hours and hours and hours a day, but I train. I do physical activity for hours and hours and hours a day. Like some kind of physical activity, pushing myself to high RPMs. And I've never gotten rhabdo. Well, knock on wood, I could at any time. It's very few and far between. It's a very rare illness that you get. So, go push yourself to failure. Don't be afraid, folks. You may even get a high. We just made it in perfect flipping timing. Like, perfect flipping timing. Couldn't be any better time. I don't know how we did it. I have no idea. But since we are here early, I do want to state. I want to preface some things. Folks. Over the next few days, there are going to be a lot of people thinking that the world's falling apart. A lot of people whose emotions are going to be high. Frustrations are going to be high. Like, genuinely, there's going to be people who think this is the end of the world. It happens every 4 years. People think this. But I promise you, folks, it's going to be okay. It's going to be okay. Even if it is the end of the world, put your faith in the one true high. What does it really matter, right? What does it really matter at the end of the day? Please do not let the next few weeks and the next few months destroy relationships, destroy friendships. Don't be a douchebag to someone on the road because they're wearing someone else's shirt and you're not really a fan of that party. You know what I mean? Don't be that person. Be better than that person. Be better than the one who walks up to you because you're wearing your party's stuff and tells you that you're a DA and just thank you. I hope you have a great day, you know? Don't feed into the BS, folks. Please don't feed into it. I know that technically, yeah, the economic and the social and everything goes one way or another, but as long as you worry about yourself, if you worry about yourself, you should be okay. As long as you're doing the things you need to do, you're gonna be okay. I promise you. Keep hanging in there, folks. Keep hanging in there. Keep doing the things you need to do. Keep grinding. Keep trying to get to your goals. And you're gonna be okay. Do not feed into this BS. Please don't feed into it. Of course, do your due diligence. If you feel as if you need to go vote. But leave it at that. Don't be a douchebag to people. Treat everyone with kindness over the next few weeks, over the next few months. Got it, folks. Let's go get better today than we were yesterday. Good news, folks. We got better today than we were yesterday. Bad news is we forgot our lunch today. So we got to go find some flipping lunch. I have no idea what I'm going to end up getting. But it is one of the last days that we get to eat like a normal human. One of them. I'm not saying it's the last day, but it's one of the last days we get to eat like a normal human. So I have no idea. I don't know. Do we go get a Cuban? I'm feeling a Cuban. So I've been absolutely craving another Cuban since we came over here to Hoagie Bros not last week, but the week before last. So what am I gonna do? I'm gonna go grab me a Cuban, because it's the last time, one of the last times we're going to be able to eat one. And I believe not always giving into those cravings is good, but getting some of those cravings out of the way, not always making yourself like be 100% freaking disciplined, I guess you could say. Never ever touch something that has more calories, 200 calories in it, you know what I mean? No, I don't really think like that. I just usually eat low calorie foods so that when the cravings come up, I don't have to feel bad for it. I just go in here, I eat, and I have a smile on my face, and I have no regrets. It's not like I have to go find no regret food at all times. No, just eat no regret food on a regular basis, and then when you want to have regrettable foods, it's okay. And of course, do your cardio and lift your weights, and well, if you're a combat athlete, go to flip and practice. But with that being said, folks, we are very short on time today because we got to boogie on home and make it to our client's place. And I want to get our stream in today, and JB is home tonight, and it is going to be the only night she will be home. So I kind of want to spend some time with her tonight. So I'm going to have to run in here, grab our old Cuban, grub down, and get home as quickly as possible so we can hop on some flipping BO6, folks. I just had the best experience with any business owner I have ever met in my life. And he's kind of a funny guy too. I go, hey man, are you the business? Let me rewind. Let me go to the front of the story. The top of the story was a lady came in right before me. She had ordered a chicken salad sandwich. She comes back in right after I got done ordering my sandwich, and she was like, this isn't good. I need, and he goes, well, what do you need? What can I do to make your sandwich better? Because I don't want you to come in here upset and then leave hungry. Can I make you a completely different sandwich? She's like, well, this isn't chicken salad. He's like, well, it is. Everyone does chicken salad different. But how can I help you? How can I make it better? What can I do to make it taste better? Too much salt, too much mayonnaise, too much oil and vinegar. Like, what did I do that made it taste worse than someone else's? And she was like, she gave her rundown. She wanted eggs and celery in it. Okay, well, I have eggs and celery on the side. You could have asked for those. I would have put it in it. But instead, he goes, can I make you something else? I don't want you to leave hungry. On the house, let me make you something else. Well, he made her something else, blah, 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 and went on with the day. I was like, brother, I just want you to know you handled that phenomenally, and got to chit-chatting with him. He goes, you want to see something funny? And he opened the sandwich up, had no bite in it. No bite. He goes, I told you that, right? He said, I told you, there's not going to be one bite taken out of it. She looked at it. It was made differently than she liked it, so she got upset about it. It is what it is. I can't make everyone happy, but what I can do is try to make their experience as good as I can. And as long as I'm being a good person and I'm doing the right things, then I hope I'll be blessed in the end. I have faith I'll be blessed in the end. And then he threw me this cookie. This cookie, look how big this cookie is. It looks beautiful, beautiful. What a good guy. Like, what a good guy. Never met anyone as good as that guy. And working in the restaurant business, quite literally. He handled that perfect. And then sent her out the door with something that hopefully will make her happy. Hopefully. I have no idea. But he did his best to make not only my day, but make that lady's day too. So that's pretty awesome. Let's grub down on our Cuban and get our butts home. Well, folks, we just made it home, and I gotta be at my client's place in like 45 minutes, so I'm not gonna go and hop on a game because it's just gonna make me mad when I finally get going in it and start having fun, and then I gotta get off immediately. So I'll wait till later to be able to play, folks. But fun fact about video games. Did you know that a surgeon who plays video games is 26% better than makes 26% less errors than a surgeon who does not play video games? Just saying. There is a method to my madness when it comes down to playing video games as much as I do. I do believe that good reaction times come from playing video games. You're using, like, you have to use both hands to make the character move in the way that you want it to move. Then you have to have immediate reaction times, or else you lose the game. So, for the ones who play a bunch of video games, you're probably also really good at other things that you didn't know you were good at. Just so you know. Just so y'all know. But with that being said, I'm going to head on inside, give me a protein shake in, and I guess just kick our feet up for a bit. Well, folks, I made a mistake I traditionally do not make. I laid down to take a nap. I should not have laid down to take a nap. It took everything in me to will myself back up out of that bed. But we are back up. We're back up, folks. So let's slam some of this energy drink and then head on to our client's place. Go get her better today than she was yesterday. Oh, wrong group of clients. That's not the same kind of client. Better shape today than they were yesterday. The shape of their dreams, folks. That's the line I'm looking for. The shape of their freaking dreams. Alrighty, folks. We're back alive. Headed out the door to go get our client into the shape of their freaking lives. Just made it to our client's place. Traffic was stopped like right around the corner. So I got nothing to say corny other than let's get in here and get them better today than they were yesterday. Well, folks, talk about a client that is completely buying into your ideologies and methodologies with training. I get there today and they're in a boot and I'm like, what are you doing? And they're like, well, I rolled my ankle the other day, but I didn't want to tell you that I'm in a boot because I was afraid that we wouldn't be able to work out. And I was like, okay, well, we don't have to do stuff standing. We can stay away from the ankle so that you don't get hurt. They're like, okay, that's awesome. Let's do that. And they're like, I figured if we could just get you over here, if I could just get you over here, you're like the wing it king, and I could get you to wing up something that is makes it so that I'm still able to work out. And I'm like, well, indeed, I am the wing it king. So you know what I'm going to do? We're going to wing it. I'm just kidding. Everything that we had planned, we're just going to do seated instead of standing. And then we're just going to do, we're going to do some bag work, very light bag work to where you're not moving your feet. You can just move your hips if it makes you feel comfortable. She's like, it doesn't hurt that bad now. She's like, actually, I don't really need the boot anymore. I just don't want to get hurt again. So I was wearing it throughout the day so to keep the stress off of it so that when we work out, I would be able to work out so there wouldn't be this would be the one time it has stress on it. I was like, okay, that's pretty cool. She's like, I just know that you talk about momentum and how momentum is so hard to get back once you break it. I'm like, yeah, it is. She's like, so I just needed to work out. I wasn't going to not work out today. I don't care if we just took 2 steps around the freaking block. I was not going to work out today. And I know how you are, and you're not going to just let me get away with an easy workout. I was like, no, ma'am, I am not. So what did we do? We worked out, and we had a great workout. And actually, I have a little theory. When you work out and you're injured, sometimes are the best exercises because you know you're going to have to exert yourself more because you're injured. So when you start doing the workout, you're willing to go to absolute flipping failure every freaking set. It motivates you like no other. An injury is like the best motivation. It's like the best motivation. It's almost like, oh man, the body of the dreams, the goals I was reaching were almost gone, all for me being clumsy. So with that being said, folks, sometimes you got to be a little bit tough. You don't have to work out when you're a little injured so that you don't break the motivation. But what you're not going to do is put a whole bunch of stress on that area. Say if it's your ankle that's injured, do the workout seated and try to get as much done seated as you possibly can. Keep strain off of it. Do like my client did. Put yourself in a boot all day so that when you get to the workout, that's the one time it's had any stress on it. It's pretty cool. I'm really proud of this client really buying into the ideologies that I guess teach. Nothing unique, nothing super inspirational. It's super basic, but once you get momentum going, it's literally the hardest thing in the world to get back. So take a little advice from my client and don't break y'all's momentum. But we have got to go teach this kids class, go get our kids better today than they were flipping yesterday. great efforts from all of my peoples today. All of my peoples. Let's go roll around with our friends a little bit. Great rolls with some sweaty men. Let's get on home, clean up, and go get some grub with JB. Just made it home, folks. Let's boogie through a shower so that we can eat before 10 o'clock tonight. Alrighty, folks, we are finally out of the door, ready to go get some freaking grub, or headed to go get some grub, before we aren't able to see each other for a very, very long time. Or until the next time she's off, you know. Life of a fighter in a relationship with a nursing student. Two busy ass schedules that never align. But these are the sacrifices that we're willing to make so that in our 40s, maybe even 30s, we can live a nice leisurely life. You don't really have the abilities to grind when you're 30 and 40. Like, you don't have the same, like, bounce back like you do when you're 20. So, in your 20s, grind. I know it sucks not being able to see your girlfriend, boyfriend. I know it sucks not being able to go out and see your friends. But grind. And I promise you, your 30s and your 40s will look nice and bright for you. Will look nice and bright. Well, folks, dinner hit the flipping spot. It was nice to sit down and have some dinner with me latey. No interruptions, no nothing. Just eye-to-eye contact, baby. Eye-to-eye contact. But I guess I'm gonna end the video here. I'm gonna edit it on the way home so that I can start exporting it when I get home, so that me and her can just have a night. We haven't had a night in a while. So that's what we're gonna do. We're gonna go on home and we're gonna finish this video off right here. So before I finish the video off, I just want to leave y'all with a little tidbit of information. Folks, y'all have got to stop letting other people make your decisions for you. You have to use reasonable. You remember when you used to take tests in schools and you would have to use like reasonable like decision making to make the decisions. You what answer this couldn't be. Well, it can't be that answer, so it has to be this answer, you know what I mean? And that's how you should make every decision in life. You should weigh the positives, weigh the negatives, and put them all together. And if your brain is saying, well, freaking do it, well, then do it. As long as it's not hurting anyone else, yourself. And it's to improve things. I mean, of course, I hope that y'all understand that that's the gist I'm trying to get at. Is as long as you think that this is going to be an improvement to your life, your mental state, your whatever it may be, your financial state, then make that decision. But don't let the chatter of the crowd sway you from making a decision. Don't do that. Because then at the end of the day, you're never going to end up making any decisions. Ever. And damn sure not on your own. You're just going to be someone who's swayed by the media and told what you should and should not believe. At the end of the day, you've got to make your own decisions. You got to use scientific reasoning. Use the scientific method. It's a thing for a reason, guys. It's a thing for a reason. Use it in everyday life. With any decisions you're going to make. Definitely if they're like life-changing decisions. Not every decision is going to be life-changing, but if you think of every decision like they're life-changing, then can you ever really make a bad choice? Can you? Not really. So, again, think on your own, folks. Have a brain of your own, because the good Lord gave you this thing up here. Use it. Grow it. Dig into a book. Dig into videos. Don't just take the first form of information you see and be like, oh, that's 100% fact. Well, no, you gotta dig into it more. This can go anywhere in life, folks. But with that being said, I'm gonna stop yapping and I'm gonna start editing this video because I ain't got much more to say today. Other than good night, folks, and BillyGoat flippin' loves you.